I would just reset the same. Now we would be coming down to scale. So this option either scales up the footage or scales down the footage. So now you can see the value is 100. I would just increase it. So if you see, the video is getting scaled up, but please note this scale is a uniform scale, as the option of uniform scale has been checked on. So what it is doing is it is uniformly scaling the video in both X and Y axis in a proportionate manner and not in a distorted way. So if you have noticed, it has been pretty scaled up. What if I reduce it down to maybe say 50? Initially it was 100, then we scaled it to 195, and now I want to scale it down to 50. So you can see this black bars or the black patch coming in. So what I want basically now is I would scale it up to 200. And then I want the animation of its scaling from 200 to 100. So what I do is you just open this drop down and you come to here. It says toggle animation. It means the moment you hit your mouse cursor here, it takes a keyframe. I just clicked here and you can see now it has taken a keyframe here, and the value is 200. Now let's play. So right at this point I want its value to be 100. So what I do now, I have initially started the scaling with 200. Now I want it to be 100 with its animation. So I click here. It says add or remove keyframe. A keyframe has been added here. So we would put it 100 manually. So now if you see, the video footage is scaling from upwards to downwards. And it's looking pretty cool. Right now I think I do not want to work with my audio, as we are not looking on any audio attributes as of now. So I would just mute this track. Yeah, this is looking cool. And so right now if you see, this is our scale option, and suppose if you want, like, it is gradually scaling it from a higher value to a lower. Suppose what if you want it to be from it's from 200 to say 300 and then back to 100. So I go here and I press 300 here. So if you see, it scales up and again it scales down. And or maybe you can say not 300, maybe 250, or maybe a 220. And you can also have your values here. Say suppose this is 100, but the problem is it only gives from 0 to 100. It doesn't goes above 100. So it was 200, 100, 300, and then 100 again. So in this way also you can add your keyframes if your value is in the range of 0 to 100. I would like to delete this 100 from here. Next is the velocity. It means in what speed you want your animation to be done. So I would decrease the velocity Let's have a look. So initially it's going a very smooth kind of thing, and on the later half it is getting it a bit faster than the previous. So this placement is again also important, where you want your footage to be scaled up and high. So suppose if I shift this, so what it will do is the duration between this to this, these both, it will go on a very high speed, and the duration between this to this, from 200 to 220, it will go on a very high speed, and again from 220 to 100 it will go on a slow speed. Let's check it out. So if you see this, let me increase the value of this from 200 to 300. So if you check this, it is taking a shorter time in scaling up and taking a longer time in scaling down, as we have changed the placement of our keyframes, through which our animation is also affected.